What's good, maniacs and avid readers alike? It's your boy Media Fiend, and we are back with another Media Fiend book club for you. And if you don't know what Media Fiend book club is, basically it's weekly, bi-weekly video I post up. I pick a book, I read it, I finish it, I come back, I talk to you guys about it, ask you guys what you think about it, if you read it, give you guys recommendations, take recommendations, stuff like that. So few episodes in now, and it's been a blast. And last episode, I don't know if you took notice, I read a book called The Halloween Massacre, which was a fan fiction mashup of Leatherface and Michael. If you haven't seen that yet, pause this, go over, check that out, and then, let me know what you think. But when you go over and check out that video, you'll take notice that the next book that I decided to read was a little bit entitled with the festive season, if you will. And I finished it. And boy, do I got some stuff to say about it. Now, before we get into that, I just want to let y'all know that when your boy talks about books and all that other stuff, I tend to get excited, and I sometimes ruin plot spoilers by accident. I try not to get too deep into the reviews. I try not to give you step by step of what happened in the book because I don't want to ruin it for everybody. But I try to give you the vaguest description possible while also trying to make it interesting. So, with all that out of the way, if I do give away a big plot spoiler or whatever, I do apologize. So, with all that out of the way, if you haven't read the book yet, pause this. Title's in the name's in the title. Read it, come back, let me know what you think. But anything from here, I can't help myself. So, all right. With all that being said, the book that I read was a festive book. It was in tune for this time of the year, and it was called I Found Christmas Lights Slithering Up My Street. Okay. And this is by Ben Fathing. And if you don't know, I did a review of one of his books previously called I Found Puppets Living in My Apartment Walls. Well, he has a whole I Found series, and I think it's like 5 books, and I have them all. So, but anyway, let's get. It says, something festive is growing in the sewer. After last year's tragedy, Douglas's parents are ignoring Christmas, but when Douglas finds an eerie strand of light slithering through the sewer, he unwittingly unleashes merry terror upon the neighborhood's tacky lights contest. String lights spread like invasive kudzu, turning festive decorations into surreal predatory nightmares. Determined not to lose both Christmas and his family forever, Douglas gathers his courage to confront the source of the holiday horror deep in the concrete pipes beneath the streets. Okay, boy, this was weird. So this book starts off. These 3 boys, they're around the ages of 11, between 11 and 12. They're decorating this unfinished house to show Doug's parents because of the tragedy that happened the year before. And they keep hinting at this tragedy of the whole first chapter. And then they hit you with the boom. So basically what happened was the year before, Douglas's sister, he had a sister. On Christmas Eve, she snuck out of the house and went missing. And they were looking for her, and they found her deceased. She apparently snuck out of the house without any warm clothes. She just stuck out with like a blanket, and she froze to death. So all of last year's Christmas was basically his mom crying, his dad at the morgue identifying his sister, and everybody just being in a funk, like in just a haze. So his parents made it a point not to do Christmas. No lights, no toy trains that they used to do, none of the festive stuff they used to do. So he was hoping, because Christmas is his favorite holiday, that he could decorate this house by using old decorations from the neighborhood, like asking neighbors and stuff if he could borrow the decorations so he could build up this house so his parents would see it and get their love for Christmas again. Thought process. Well, as he's decorating this house, he sees these off-colored lights in the sewer. And he goes and he goes in there, looks at them, and then he grabs them and uses them for the display. Well, this is when all hell breaks loose. These lights aren't lights. They're this kind of being that causes just chaos. Like, it causes decorations to come alive. Like, there was an eerie part in this book where he's walking home, and he hears caroling, but he don't hear the words, he just hears the hums, and it's coming from the sewer. And he looks into the sewer and he sees these 4 carolers humming, but they don't have mouths. So, and then throughout the whole book, excuse me, he's being chased. Him and his friends are being chased by these carolers, along with other decorations. Like, these carolers are going to people's doors, and then these lights are invading these people's homes, and it's just chaotic. Like, this book is a chaotic book. It's one of those books where it hits you with the feels. And like, I read the part where they were going into the description of his sister passing away and stuff, and that was heartbreaking. He brings the terror in this. This was actually a decent read. Like, I read it at work. It's like 132 pages. I read it at work while I was waiting. Like, I work a machine, and while it was cutting, I read book. I read bits and pieces, but it was a flowing read. I didn't seem to struggle with it as it progressed. And then when you find out what these light strands actually are at the end, you're just like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, the book is fantastic. There's some scenes in it that are a little outrageous. Like, there's a scene where they get stuck in a neighbor's fake Christmas tree display. Like, the neighbor sets their yard up like a Christmas tree farm, and it's fake trees, but they get stuck in these trees because the trees keep growing and growing, and it's weird. Like, there's parts of this book that are really weird, but there's also parts of this book that are really, really well played out. The scene with the Grinch hand was pretty cool. Like I said, I don't want to get into too much detail with it, but I definitely recommend you check it out. If your boy has to give it a score, we're going to give this bad boy 4.5 out of 5. There were some parts that drug a little bit. That's the thing. This author, his stuff tends to drag at points, but it's still good. Like, certain things he does is still really well written, but there's times where it just drags and drags and drags. But it didn't hurt this book. It actually helped it, I believe. So yeah, I found Christmas lights slithering up my street. Definitely check it out. I recommend it. 4.5 out of 5. Now, for the next book I decided to read, I decided to stay in the I Found series, and it's a little bit of a shorter book, and I'm excited to get into it. And it's called I Found a Circus Tent in the Woods Behind My House by Ben Fathing. And this one says, truly unsettling. Dave and his 4-year-old son Jacob find a circus tent in the woods behind their house. A strange voice invites them in through the dark doorway. When they refuse, the tent swallows them. What follows is a nightmare fleeing through a maze of circus tents. Strange performers lurk inside. They want Dave and his little boy to put on a show. The audience, a shifting figure on a platform high above the trapeze wires. With Jacob perched in the crook of his arms, Dave determines to outsmart the boss of this dark circus and escape this horrifying tent. So, there it is. Sounds pretty creepy. I'm very interested, but I found a circus tent that was behind my house. There it is. All right, maniacs. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's Media Fiend Book Club as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. I enjoy this because it gets me to read more, and it gives me to put out good stuff for you guys, like good reviews. Hopefully my reviews give you that extra push that you need to pick up a book or something. But yeah, so all right, guys, with all that being said, I love you guys. Thank you, guys. Don't forget, if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button along with them bell notifications. Your boy Media Fiend goes live, or we don't go live. I try to get these out like once a week. This week I'm probably going to try to, but we'll see. I'm a little behind because of work and everything, but yeah. So, all right, guys. With all that being said, I love you guys. Thank you, guys. And until next time, this is your boy Media Fiend saying, as always, until we meet again, be chill, and we out. And happy reading. Peace.